I wanted to bring in. I say little, we can just touch in on it now. I mean, I think it was a bigger thing before the Eze stuff, but Trossard, no extension, pay rise. He's still got 2 years left on his deal, but yeah.
I don't get that.
I don't understand. Never known it before. Like I was under the belief that he had an option, but I don't think that was true. Like, you know what I mean? Like either the club or the player have an option to extend, but what I'm believing it is still 2 years. Is that correct? Or a year? Yeah. I don't really understand. Never heard of it before in my life. Does he deserve a rise? Maybe. But at the end of the day, then I just don't see why you just don't extend the contract by a year. I don't get that. I get that.
I've got to be honest. I saw a lot of these takes, and I disagree with everyone. I actually think it makes complete sense because who loved Trossard? Who wants him for another 3 years? You know, the point is he's been more valuable than we expected, so we've given him a pay rise to reflect that. But we don't want to tie him down to a contract longer than we want to keep him at the club. 2 years is about right. Ideally, we were thinking maybe this summer. Next year's probably best. But if we can't move him on, then we've got 2 more years of him, and that's that. But I actually think it makes complete sense, you know. I get it.
But in the evolution of Arsenal, I just don't think this time next year, Trossard is a player that would have either won the league or not, right? So if he's won the league, I don't know if you want Trossard to be part of the next phase of retaining it. And if you've not won the league, does keeping him help you win the league the following year?
So the only argument for what you're saying is that basically because we've given him a pay rise. I watched your video, Turk. I think you were making this point. We've given him a pay rise. He's probably less sellable. But I think it's more of I think it's like an everyday job thing, guys. I think it's just like you've been here 2.5 years and you deserve more than we're paying you. And you need a squad, you know, finance that reflects your status in the squad a bit more. I think that's literally what it is.
Sorry, James. What was he on?
90 he was on, so he's probably on 120 minimum.
Oh, I don't disagree with the rise. That's not the problem. I don't think that's the problem. I'm one of these people. A lot of people that somebody came up to me the other day. I was at the Waltham Abbey game, like, you know, and said like, "Well, what do you reckon all this outrageous that we've done this with Trossard?" Hold on a minute. He's been a very, very good squad player for us and will continue to be a very good squad player for us. One that comes off the bench and does the business for us. That's how I see his role. I don't necessarily say when he plays every week, but I think that he's a very, very good squad player. But I'm with the thing is that, you know, it comes to next year with a year left, it's going to be a little bit harder to sell him than what it would be if we could do it. Then you go into that thing of like, all right, I'll keep him for a couple of years. May not be good. Like, you know, I don't know. That's the only thing. I've never known it before. I've never known. You know, normally players get, you know, when you say like, oh, it's a normal job and all that. Football's not, is it? It's a different thing. And I just think like there's got to be something at the end of it for Arsenal as well. I don't know. I've never known it before, but. Yeah, I wasn't wound up by it. A lot of Arsenal fans seem to be wound up by it.
I was wound up, and if we hadn't signed Eze, I'd argue this all show, but I just can't bother. But it doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, we've got Eze.
I'm happy that he's still at the club, though. Or did everybody want him gone?
I wanted to keep him. I'm happy he's still here. I'm more with Jordan, just see it out kind of thing. You know, I think 90k is fair for a squad player. We looked like we wanted to sell him, then all of a sudden we're keeping him. It just seemed, you know, very messy. It's just, you know, we do some messy things over transfer windows. I just thought this one just seemed to fit the bill in terms of, all right, that's the finale to the transfer window. Trossard pay rise.
If everybody's fit, sorry, I know we've got to move on, but if everybody's fit, does he make our bench?
Yeah.
If everyone is fit?
Yeah. He makes our bench easy for me.
Yeah, he does. But I hear what Jordan's saying. Like, for all we said, look, Trossard's been a better player than Martinelli for the last 2 seasons. But off the bench, when you're talking pace, more kind of... Trossard's an impact in numbers, isn't he? But profile-wise, Martinelli fits the impact play a bit more. Great. Guys, this is great. You know, the kids we had on the bench, like, last season, playing PSG. You know, this is such a good problem. Trossard, Martinelli, Madueke, Dauman, Jesus, Havertz are all forwards that shouldn't be starting for Arsenal right now.
but they won't all make the bench. And I get that Dalman and Nwaneri could
Right,
arguably
times like this.
yeah.
Not Nwaneri. I think Nwaneri needs to be on the bench.
It's a great point, James, because the Champions League semi-final last season, we had 4 kids on the bench that have all, I think 3 of them have gone now.
No.
You know what I mean? Like that never ever played a game for Arsenal. Everyone that you just mentioned there has had a role or is going to have a role at Arsenal over in the next few years. There's actually putting kids on there just to bench for that. You know what I mean? Like in a semi-final of the Champions League and for majority of the league Premier League games, that ain't going to happen next season.
But Turkish, you just said that you think Nwaneri has to be on the bench, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means if everybody's fit, Jesus has got to be on the bench. He's on 250 a week.
No, it doesn't. He needs to return first.
Well, if everybody's fit,
I mean, in my opinion, Trossard's been our best impact player off the bench in 2 years, so he has to be on the bench. And Ranieri is our up and coming bright spark that signed a new deal.
I'm with you, but then does Martinelli not make the bench?
That's not my decision to make.
I'm just saying, do you know what I mean? It just makes my point about selling Martinelli even more because
if
we get all these players, they can't all. You've still got to get Kivio on the bench. You've still got to get Kepa on the bench.
Trossard didn't even come off the bench against United, so I don't. Again, it just looked like what's going on. It looked like he didn't come off the bench because he's going to be sold. Then something happens and he gets a new contract. So I'm happy he's here. Do I get the pay rise? No, I don't really see what we're doing there, but we signed Eze. So the rest is history.
It's a good pod.
It's a good pod. Arteta, give us for one game Ødegaard, Zubimendi, Eze, Trossard, and Saka with Gyökeres up front. Give him ballers around him. Just tech around. Say to Gyökeres, don't move. Just make runs from them and give them the ball. I know that's very Football Manager. I know that's not how life works. I don't care. For one game, I don't care if it's the Carabao Cup 3rd round at home to someone in League One. Give it to us, please. I need to see it. Looking at
the bench for Man United, obviously Kai Havertz comes out of that now. So Eze would come into that, right? Yeah. It's still like Norgard wasn't available. So there is going to be one or two, as you say, if Jesus comes back and then like Havertz comes back, that's and you have a look at that bench. There's no one you would turn around, from Timber, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Maresca, Marino, Nwaneri, Trossard, Madueke. Someone's
good to know Maresca's playing for us.
Some players are going to be left out of that,
Well, the only one who had he said Maresca, right?
What is his name then?
Mosquera.
Mosquera.
All right. So at the end of the day, who would you leave out?
Got Pep. He's available if we need to bring him on.
You've got on
a slot will do a job.
Come on, man. Some of them are not good enough. One, let's say.
Go on then. Go on then. Who's not good enough?
But Jesus and Havertz over the last 12 months have failed to live up to the hype of number 9.
They're not on it anyway.
So who'd you say? You mentioned 9 players there.
Yeah, but you've got Kai Havertz has gone out of it now,
yeah.
Right? So you're going to bring in Eze, right? Norgard's not even on there yet. So you know what I mean. So for Norgard to come in, who are you going to leave out of that lot?
I don't care if Norgard comes in or doesn't come in.